Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO video. Today, I'll be showing you guys all of my custom LEGO fire trucks. So let's get started. So I know I already did this in the past couple years, but I thought, let's just do it again. Why? Because I felt like it. First, start out with Station 17. Yes, I renumbered the stations. There's also different trucks in each station now, so yeah, I mixed matched some of the trucks. Station 4 and Station 5 no longer exist. The ones in there went into Station 1 and 2, and then of course I added some trucks to all the stations, besides Station 2. But let's get started. So first off we have Engine 1. So of course if you remember from the update video, I showed you all the updates that I did to it. If you haven't, you should go watch it. So of course we have, for the front, we have our bumper, horns, a train horn down here, a Q siren, flashing lights, headlights, the grill, and then we got these side lights here, a scene light up here, and then the roof, we have a light bar here, two more smaller light bars, and a toolbox in the roof. Now with this truck, I used these old, very old LEGO windows. I had 2 pairs in red, so I had 4 in red, and then I had 1 pair in white, so I had 2 in white. And if you don't know how old these go back to the 60s and the 70s. That's like 50, 60 years. That's like 60 years ago now. So yeah, it's pretty old. And then we also got the scene light here, and then a regular window there. Same thing on this side, and then we got a small handlebar. Now, if you notice this interesting stripe I have here, so we got this thin stripe here, and then a thick stripe, and then they all connect back here. This was based on a design from a real fire truck in real life. So I based it off of that, and I think I did a pretty good job with it. It is no longer at that station now. It has been replaced, which sucks, but it's still a good truck. The roof is removable, of course, so we got, this is what it looks like on the inside. So we got a 4x6 area here, and then a 2x4 here, and I use these glider plates, inverted glider plates in white, because I wanted to lock in all these, the drum plates for the light bar, and then these corner plates, and then 1x2 plates. So I just used some glider plates in white, just to do that. So lock it all together, and it looks good. And then I use slopes here to slope it up to the upper section. So all I did to connect it was these 2 corner plates back here, and then the 4 studs from this scene lights up here. The rest is just tiles. So we got 8 long tiles here, and then a 2 long back there. And then it's removable. And then of course I got 3 firefighters in there. So yeah, it's pretty cozy in there. And then we got a 2 wide middle section, so we got a 2x2 hose reel here, and then we got the gauges and hook up there, and then we have 2 cabinets on each side, and then a fake cabinet right here. And then I used 2 of the white Speed Champion wheels from my rescue squad from Station 18, which we'll get to once we get there. And so yeah, we got the flashing lights there, scene lights there, same thing on the other side. In this cabinet we have 2 fire extinguishers. I know they look like ketchup and mustard dispensers, but I just wanted to do a red and yellow fire extinguisher, and then we got a flashlight there. Because this is like a rescue fire truck as well. So it's not just like a pumper, it's like a rescue truck as well. So it's like a rescue engine kind of, but not really. And then we got 2 pairs of breathing apparatus. And then on the other side, so same lights and scene lights. In this one we have a wrench and a hammer. And then a saw and an axe. And then in the back we have hazard stripes here, brake lights, flashing lights, and more flashing lights. And then we have a hazard light right here. And then we got some hoses up here, so we got 3 black ones and 1 yellow one. Because I got this from a from the 6004 fire station set, because I got it twice. So the first time I used the hose from the helicopter and put it on here, and then the other 3 are just black ones. So yeah, it's a pretty nice truck. And then of course you got the Speed Champion wheels as well, which is very nice. So yeah, and then we got the regular mud guards here. And then the way that I connected this is I did the 2x6 plate with the 4 knobs on the front, and I just had the knobs facing this way so I could attach the bumper to it. And I did that on multiple trucks. So yeah, looks good. For the next truck, we have Ladder 17. So this one has the same exact cab, same exact middle, but of course different back, and also has a ladder, because of course it's a ladder truck. So in the front, same thing, except we have another siren here. There's horns, flashing lights on the side of the bumper, headlights, flashing lights, side lights, you get it. So if we raise this up, we can access the cab, which has the same thing, except it's held by 2 studs in the front instead of 4. And then of course it's still got the 3 figs in there. And then here's the other one, which is in white. You can see there. So yeah. And then of course we got the scene lights on both sides. Let's close it back up and put the ladder on. Of course we got the gauges and the hookup, and then a hose reel. And then we got the same. We got 2 of these cabinets instead of 4, and then we got 2 of these cabinets, and then these are just fake ones because because I just wanted to put the fake cabinets there and there. So yeah. And then I got these stickers here from this set here, so I just put them on there. In this cabinet we have 2 pairs of breathing apparatus, and then we have a fire extinguisher, and then of course these are fake. On the other side we have a saw and an axe, and a hammer, and this thing which attaches to the hose. So that's pretty cool. So I just put it in that cabinet because there was extra room. So in the very back we have these steps that lead up to the ladder. Originally oh my god, my voice cracks go crazy right now. So it leads up to the ladder. Originally I did not have this on there before, but I added it just because I thought it would be better, because I didn't have a ladder on here before, like a ladder to get up to the big ladder, if that makes sense. Now with the axe here, you can't actually get out because it's too tall to fit through and get out of the door, so you have to actually lift up this ladder and take this part off in order to access it. So yeah. So in the back we have, I made this, the bumper just fell off. So you can see, all I did was attach it with 2 emergency brakes with 2 knobs, 2 plates apart from each other so that I can stick it on there. I just used a 6x6 plate in red, and then put on all the tiles and lights and stuff. And then we got a rear cabinet right here with an actual knob on it. And then I used this, hold on, put these back. I used this 2x4 tile with this tread plate sticker on it because I thought this would look really cool on the ladder truck. I also did this on my other ladder truck and the airports, because I did the exact same thing with this. So yeah. And then of course the ladder does raise up, and you can see it has this, which you might think is where the water comes out, but it's actually to hold the hose. You can have it either way, but I prefer to have the hose held up there. So yeah. So take this off the phone holder. You can see it goes up pretty high, and it turns around 360 degrees. That's pretty cool. You see my station 3 right there. So yeah. And then of course I got the steps here to get into the cab. So yeah. That's about it. For the next truck, we have our Tanker 17. So this one has a lot more going on this side, but not a lot on this side. So it uses the exact same windows, which is the last ones that I haven't read. I only had 2 in white and 4 in red, so I used the other 4. I mean the other 2 in red here. So of course, at the bumper with the horn, the Q siren, and a train horn down below, and then lights on the side, flashing lights, headlights, grill, all that good stuff. This one actually has functioning doors, unlike the others, because I decided to put them on here. And then roof comes off in 2 sections. Same 4 studs and 6 studs in the back, 3 minifigures, and yeah. This one I actually used this windscreen piece in clear. This is the only one that I have in transparent clear. The other ones are in transparent black. And I thought I'd just use it here since, well, I didn't want just a plain roof. And I think it looks good. This one actually has a 4 wide middle section. Oh my gosh. So of course we got the hookups and gauges, and then we got a hose on this side, and then we got the nozzle on top, which you can spin around 360 degrees, and yeah. So we got 2 fake cabinets, one here and here, and then we got this one with an hammer, and then we got 2 pairs of breathing apparatus. Now this one does not actually have an axe because there's no other big cabinets for it. So yeah, I just put the breathing apparatus in there and that's it. And here we have the fire extinguisher and then nothing in this cabinet because I did put studs in here until realizing there was no stud shooters, so I just, what was the point of putting them in there if there's no stud shooters? So yeah. And then of course you got the tank dump out, which I used a different piece from the other ones. That's because I didn't know if I had all my 2 Technic brake with 1 pinhole, so I used one with an axle hole, and then I did this. So I had this half axle Technic pin, and then this gray piece. Stuck it in there and there, and made sure the line was down on the bottom so it wouldn't be noticed. And I think it looks good. It's not the best thing, but it's whatever. It's the only thing I got. But I did find some more of those, so I might change that, but, you know, it does look good. So I think I'll keep it. And then, of course, we got the brake lights, turn signals, flashing lights, hazard stripes, a license plate, and a fire emblem sticker. So, yeah, that's about it for that one. So next up, we have our Battalion Chief, Battalion 17. This one is not much. Of course, it's a fire chief car, removable roof, the fire extinguisher and radio, and the chief in there. And yeah, so yeah, we got the headlights, bumper, light bar, brake lights, license plate. Yeah, there's nothing much. It's just pretty simple. So yeah. Next up, we have our brush. Actually, next up we have our utility. I'll do the brush engine after this. So our utility is also not much. Same thing with the fronts. Filling up the cab. Of course, we got 1 figure in there. You know, a fire extinguisher, and then a radio. And in the back we have a pair of breathing apparatus. Yeah, the back is removable. We got hazard stripes, flashing lights, brake lights, license plate, and then we got a light bar, fire emblem. Yeah, pretty simple car for a utility car. Now, here's our brush engine 17. So this one has a lot more because it's the brush engine. We got 2 figures. This one I had to put on out here because, well, there was no room for a second figure, so I just put him out here hanging on for dear life. So yeah, in the front we have our very large bumper with a nozzle and a light so that you can see So it's like a scene light on the bumper. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to add. And yeah, of course, you got the hood and stuff. You got the lights on here and all that stuff. So yeah, the roof is of course movable with the light bar, which I thought if I made it look like this, it would look pretty cool, and I think it does. I guess I got a figure in there, and this is held on by this 1x2 playwood slide. And then this comes apart in 2 sections, so you can see the back of this and the front of that. So we'll put that to the side, and now let's do this. So this one has the hose reel. It has the 2 tiny pins to connect it. It was originally on 1, which meant it was like rocking side to side, and I didn't like that, so I just did the 2. And then we got the gauges here, and then we got a fake cabinet here, a fire extinguisher, and then a face mask. On the other side, we have a oxygen tank with a trailer hook to like keep the trailer in place of whatever trailer it's carrying, and then an axe with a ladder on the side. Which the truck that I based this off in real life does have a ladder on the side, which I know it does look silly with it hanging off a lot to the back, but that's whatever. So yeah, pretty nice. Next up we have our rescue ambulance. Ambulance 17, or Rescue 17, whatever. So this one, of course, is an ambulance. And all the hazard stripes. Nice. So in the front we have a large bumper again. 2 sirens, a Q siren, flashing lights. The horns are supposed to be right here, but of course I didn't add any yet. I probably will in the future, but for right now they're just gonna be not there. So we got the headlights, flashing lights, and then we have this fire emblem sticker on the hood. Then we got a 1x2 playwood slide, and then the hood piece for the light bar. I was acting this as like a scene light. And then we got the 2 doors and our medic in there, which you actually cannot get out because of this plate that I put here, because it has these 4 studs, so you actually have to move the windshield in order to get them out. So I'll have to change that in the near future. So we have 4208 stickers from the set. Does remove. And the door back here is fake. I just put these there for like handles, so you can like open it up. And yeah, so you got the brake lights, turn signals, flashing lights, and hazard stripes with a fire emblem. And yeah, the door does come off just like that. So yeah, and so we got a stretcher with an oxygen tank and a little pillows that are patient, isn't like severely uncomfortable. Isn't like uncomfortable on it. At least he has something to lay his head on. So yeah. On the top, I got like this stuff. I was thinking like this is an AC unit, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I did. And I left it. So yeah. And then we got a large bumper on the back, which does come off. So yeah. Pretty nice ambulance. Whoops. Now we're moving on to station 18. So first up we have engine 18. So it is pretty similar to the ambulance, because it's the same front design, but of course it is an engine, not a rescue ambulance. So in the front we have a Q siren, large bumper, and then we got the lights on the side. Because the horns, same place as where I was thinking they would be. And then we have the headlights. And we got 2 minifigs in there. And the roof does come off, like so. I did change the light bars on this truck and a few others, so that the roof would just come off in one piece instead of 2 pieces like before. And then we got the steps down here. And this one I use more Speed Champions wheels, or mud guards. These ones are in red. I use the regular ones here, and then these wheels are the large rims with the thick tires. And you might be wondering, how did you manage to get those in there? Well, I just did a little fiddling and I got it in there, so yeah. And then we got the gauges and hookups here. And then we got the hose reel on the other side. This is a fake cabinet. Now this one actually is not connected. You can actually pull this out if you like remove the middle section. You can actually pull it out because it's not connected to anything. But since it's so tightly packed in there, it doesn't move, so that's good. And this one is actually hard to get out because there's no cabinet on the other side to get it out. So it's not double-sided. What the heck just flew? I don't know what the heck just flew. I think it might have been this axe, but I don't know. Oh, it was the door. I found it. Alright. Yeah, that thing just flew. I'm gonna keep it off. I can put it back. So yeah. So you can see in there, we got 2 of these, and then a panel in the back, just to give it some extra room. So we got this crate piece, and we got axe, saw, radio, and a wrench. It's pretty simple, but very mandatory stuff for firefighting jobs. So yeah, and we just set it right back in there, like so. Fits in there very nicely. And then we close the doors, and voila. And then we got the cabinet here with the 2 breathing apparatus. 2 sets of breathing apparatus, so yeah. And then we got the lights there and there. And on the back we have function lights, brake lights, and then hazard stripes. On this side, we have cabinet with nothing. It used to be filled with studs, but when I changed this to not be a stud shooter, I removed the studs, and now it's just nothing. And here we have a fire extinguisher, and then we have a ladder, which actually is 2 sections instead of just 1 section, like the brush engine. So yeah, so it's pretty long. And just pull it back up, and then just set it right back on there, like so. And then we got the light overhanging it, which I think looks pretty cool. So yeah, pretty good fire truck. Next up we have Tanker 18. So this one is pretty much the same as the engine and the rescue, except it has no, yes, it has a bumper, but not a big one. So it has the QSAR in there, and then I use these pieces in dark bluish gray because I thought they looked cool, and they also match to the chassis. So yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I used a design for this actually. So what I did was I used a 1x2 by 1x2 bracket plate upwards, and then 2 1x1 by 1x1 bracket plates upwards, so that the upward part would be connected to the grill, and then the lower part would be the the bumper, the grill. What did I say? The grill. So we got that there, and then we got these 2 here, and then the Q siren goes right in this 1x2 area. So yeah, I think I did pretty good with that for that design. And then we got the doors here. There's only room for 1 figure because this tanker, because these kind of tankers, they need all the room they can get back here, so they need to shorten up the cab. And I used this large panel piece back here. I can get it out. There we go. So you can see I used this right there for it. And then I connected it with this section right here, and then the hood piece. Just lock it all together. So yeah, we got 1 figure in there, and then we got all of the gauges and hookups there, and then a hose reel. Yeah. So on this side we have we had a saw and axe, fake cabinet, and 2 pairs of breathing apparatus. On the other side we have a bunch of studs and a hammer for the stud shooter, and then a fire extinguisher. Now the top has this cabinet, which I would think is like where they would dump out the water. So they would like, it's like where they, if you've seen like tanker fires where they use the fire tankers, they like have this like large pool. I wouldn't say it's like a pool, but it's like a large area where they dump all the water out. And I would say like it's like foldable, so like fold it up and like stuff it in here. I only have it on this truck, but I could add it to my other two if I wanted to. But yeah, whoops, this thing's not in all the way. There we go. So yeah, and on the back we have hazard stripes, license plate, brake lights, and flashing lights, and then the tank dump out. So yeah, this one also uses the Speed Champions wheels. So I have 4 trucks that use the Speed Champions wheels. The last one is my rescue, which we'll go over in just a moment. Next we have our tower ladder, so our tower 18, which actually has rescue ladder 18 on here, which is where I got the idea to do the different numbers of stations. So yeah, that's why the last one was 17 and this one's 18. Next one's gonna be a 19 and the airport's gonna be 20. So of course with this one we have our doors, and we got the windows in the front. Our bumper is different. So you can see we use 3 bunch jumper plates, 2 for the horns, 1 for the Q siren, and then we got these stabilizers here, which I made custom, and I think they look pretty cool. And we got the headlights, flashing lights, and turn signals. The roof is of course removable, just like all the others, and we got the 2 firefighters in there, and then we got the gauges and the hookups there, and the hose reel, sorry. And then in this cabinet we have an oxygen tank, a face mask. On the other side we have some traffic cones, and then a fire extinguisher in this one with studs for the stud shooter right here. And then we have 4 stabilizers that go down, all the way down to the ground. And then the back we have a 1x6 tile with the hazard stripe print on it. And then we got flashing lights, or hazard lights, and then brake lights and turn signals. And of course, this thing does go up pretty high, because this is the design from the 60110 set. So yeah, this thing does go up pretty high. Let's give you an example. This thing looks like when it's all the way up. You can see how high that goes. Pretty high. So yeah, there we go. So that's about it for that. Now we get to my rescue squad, which is probably the most boring truck on this thing, because there's no cabinets or anything, because I just didn't put any. I probably will in the future, but for right now there's just not any cabinets on it. It's probably the most boring truck, one of the most boring trucks on here. So we got of course the medic and the firefighter. We got another one of these windscreen pieces as like a sky roof, whatever. So we got horns. The Q siren is blended in with a 1x2 tile, because I've seen that in real life, and then a 1x4 tile with a tread plate on it for a bumper cabinet. Got the side flashing lights of the bumper, headlights, flashing lights, scene lights, light bar, and then we got flashing lights and scene lights all along here and on the other side. And then we got these 2 stickers, which are used in the fire station sets, and I just put them on here because they do look good on here. And in the back we have this hazard light here, and then we got the brake lights and turn signals. that's about it. So yeah, we got the Speed Champion mud guards on here. So the two that were originally on here, I just replaced with these other ones that I had in white, which are a different kind. So yeah. Now we get to my battalion chief for Station 18. So Battalion 18. This one I'm thinking of redoing because I don't know. I just feel like this one could use a bit of redoing. I'm thinking of making it like 5 wide around, and then like this section where the windshields are is 4 wide, of course. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing with the next truck. I mean, when I redo this. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of doing, and I think it's gonna look pretty good. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it's got Chief, a pair of breathing apparatus, and yeah, that's about it. For the final truck for Station 18, we have the ambulance and the trailer, which actually do go together because I added a tow hook to the back of this one. This is not going to be permanent. This is going to be temporary because I'm thinking of building a utility truck for Station 18, which is this one, to carry this because I just think I should do that. So, of course, our ambulance first, which this thing doesn't need one of the things. Somehow the weight is balanced on both sides, so that doesn't need it. But, yeah. So, anyway, with this, so the decals, which were the hazard straps on the front and back, I moved to the other ambulance because I wanted them on there instead. So, yeah, we got... So, this is the same exact design as my, brush engine in Station 17. So we got the windscreen, got the, you know, all that stuff, and it does come apart in two. I hate when it does that. So yeah, we got a horn up here, and then we got a flashing light, scene light, flashing lights on the side, and then we got flashing lights there and there, and then scene lights there. The doors do open, and a stretcher does come out. Which it is this one without wheels. Because since this one is the Swiftwater Rescue Ambulance, which is why it's carrying the boat trailer. So yeah, when it's going out in the water, it doesn't need wheels. If it's like going on the beach or something, or out in the water, it doesn't need wheels. So yeah, that's why I got this. So it's kind of like a bodyboard, but not really. It's still a stretcher, but without wheels. So yeah. And now, of course, the boat trailer. It has the two boats, which both have like engines on them. You got flashing lights, and then steering wheels, and then got lights up front as like hazard lights. And then we got the life vests on both of them. And yeah, I just covered up all the studs that I could. So these ones I covered up with 4x2 grills. And yeah, so this one. So that's what this looks like. And yeah. And I made 2 of them. Which this one doesn't have the handlebars on the side, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So yeah, and then we got the tow hook on the front. I used some black plate that I had because I thought it looked cool going in. So I thought it would look cool going into that, and you know what? It definitely does. So yeah. So with these two. For Station 19, we have Engine 19. So in the front we have our headlights, flashing lights, turn signals, and then the bumper, which is the same as the one on the rescue squad, except you can actually see the Q siren, it's not hidden. And it does have a bumper cabinet as well. So yeah, of course you got the flashing lights on the side of the bumper. You also got steps. Whoops. Jeez, what is going on? Get it on. There we go. Alright, so So, yeah, we got 2 figures in here. Oh yeah, the ambulance did have a medic in it. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, it did. So we got the gauges and hookups on this side, and then the hose reel on this side with a nozzle on top. I'm gonna have to add one of the nozzles to my tanker and station too, because none of the trucks in there have a nozzle. And anyway, both of my other tankers have them, so I better add one to this one next. So yeah, in this cabinet we have saw and axe, and then we got 2 pairs of breathing apparatus. And here it's the same thing as the one in station 2, same kind, except there's less stuff in here because a lot of the stuff is already in the other cabinets. So yeah, not a lot of stuff had to be put in here. I just decided to put this here because I wanted to. So all I have in here is a wrench and a radio. That's it. The rest of the stuff is just in the other cabinets. So yeah. So yeah. And then in the back, of course, we have the 2 lights up here, and then we have brake lights and turn signals. On this side we have this, in this cabinet we have studs and a hammer, and then we have a fire extinguisher in this one. And then we got the same ladders on engine 2, which is the one that extends out pretty far. Just 2 ladders connected, and yeah. And then of course, so yeah, we got stud shooter, and this turns around 360 degrees very easily. And yeah. So yeah, that's about it for this one. Next up we have our tower ladders, so tower 19. So this one is a big rig. This one I had to use a 6x12 in the middle because of how big it was. Of how big I was gonna make it. So I had to use a 6x12 instead of the 6x. I didn't use a 6x10 because I didn't have any in Dark Blue Gray, but I did like a 6x6 and a 6x4. Or, no, not a 6x4, 4x6, so yeah. So yeah, I did the same thing with the engine, which I did this 2x4. Plate with the 4 knobs on it. I mean 2x6 plate. So yeah. This bumper is shorter, so of course we got the horn on there, and then we got the headlights, and then the flashing lights, and then the caps can be, roof can be removed if I can. And we got 2 figures in there. We got fire emblems on the panels and the hood. The hood I'm gonna remove in places like a O. I think I want to do like the 12 one from the 60112 if I get that set. I tried getting the sticker sheet, but it's way too expensive, and I just, yeah, I'm not doing that, so yeah. And then, so we got the hookups, gauges, and the hose reel on the other side. And then we got of course, the ladder on top. So in this cabinet, we have 3 traffic cones. And then on the other side, we have a whole lot of studs. And this cabinet, which does go all the way through, so that means that we can push it through. I mean, if I can. There we go. So we got 2 fire extinguishers, a wrench, and a radio. Because for some reason I decided not to put a fire extinguisher inside this one, or a hammer. Did I? I don't think I did. Well, if I find one, I better put one in there. So yeah. And then here we have 2 pairs of breathing apparatus. And then in the other one, of course, we have the saw and the axe. And then ladder does raise up and extends out. So let me go ahead and do that. Actually, let's just do it from right here. Okay, see ya. So yeah, that's pretty long. So yeah, that is pretty long for sure. So let's go set that down and retract it all the way on both other parts. So yeah, it's our tower ladder at station 3. Now we have our tanker. Tanker 19, my bad. So, same bumper as the last two trucks, except the horn and the Q siren are swapped. And then we got, of course, so this was actually from the 60107 set, the 1x4 tile play with this grill sticker. I just wanted to use that on here because, well, I thought it would look good on here since I was doing this cab design. So yeah, and you can see I added a sticker from the 60319 set, which actually the other sticker from the 60319 set, because I got a second sticker sheet. Yeah, I got 2 sticker sheets. The second one, the sticker actually, which is this one, the sticker looks different than the other one, which is funny. It's weird how the stickers look totally different. I'll show you that when I get my battalion chief out from this station. Yeah, when I get that, I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, we got the gauges, hookups, and the hose reel. And we also got 2 figures in there, of course, as always. Roof is removable. Oops, did not mean for that to happen. So yeah. So we got a Sauna X, fake cabinets, and 2 pairs of breathing apparatus. On this side, we have a hammer, a bunch of studs for the stud shooter, and a fire extinguisher. And then this was originally back here, but I shortened this by a plate, which meant that this would be covering up this white stripe, and I didn't want that, so I just put it on a 2x4 tile. So I peeled it off carefully, and I put it on the 2x4 tile, and I think it looks good on there. So I had to do a little bit of, I had to change up all the bricks in here so I could make this work, and I think I did a pretty good job of it. So of course we got the flashing lights, brake lights, and the hazard stripes, and tank dump out. And yeah, it also has the nozzle on top. I can spin around 360 degrees. So I'm gonna set that to the side so I can show you guys what I'm talking about later. So next up we have our tower ladder. The old tower ladder, the X tower ladder, whatever you want to call it. This one is based upon the 602. I forgot the I said, oh yeah, 60215 barbecue burnouts. I think that's what it was. I think that's what the set number. No, that's the fire station. Okay, I think it was a 60214. Yes, we have got 1 firefighter in there. So, when I changed up all the stripes from cool yellow to white, this one I kept the hood piece because I didn't have this in like white or like any other color of the hood piece, and also because I think it would like, since it's an antique truck, it would like keep the original paint. Although I got rid of the cool yellow stripes and just put it plain red, just because I think all antique fire trucks don't really have red stripes or red and white stripes. So yeah. So in the back we have our cabinet with a couple of traffic cones. We got brake lights, step-up bumper, an axe, and a fire extinguisher, and then the ladder, which goes up but doesn't turn, which don't know what to do on that for now. So yeah, it's a little truck that I like. Now I got our battalion chief. Battalion 19. So this one got a huge overhaul because it originally had the cool yellow stripes and stuff, and I changed it to white. So let me show you what I mean. So both of these stickers were from the exact same set, but I got them at different times. This one was from the first time that I got it, and this was from the second time. Well, this one I just got from the sticker sheet. I just bought the sticker sheet separately, so you can see this one has an outline around it. It has an outline around the fire, and has a little bit more depth. This one does not. It does not have it, and it doesn't look very, like, it doesn't look very, it doesn't look like it has, like, a lot of depth or something like that. So, yeah. It doesn't look as nice as this. So, why is that? I don't know. Maybe they changed it when they were still producing these sets, because I think they're still producing it now. I think until it retires, which I think is next year, I think. Yeah, I think it's next year. Or maybe they already retired it, I don't know. But yeah. So we got a push bar on the front, flashing lights, grill, hazard stripes. Get the hood piece, got the 07 sticker. Got the lights and sound. And we got a fire chief in there with, this time, we have the fire dog. Yes, we have a fire dog in here this time. We got a fire extinguisher on the side, radio. We got a oxygen tank, a face mask. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. And then we got a hose reel. Then we got hazard stripes, license plate, brake lights, flashing lights, and a grill. So yeah, that's about it. Now we got our utility truck. Utility 19, which is a lot different than last time. I got rid of the push bar on the front, and I added this toe like thing. So like we got a hook down here, and we got a reel. It's not a hose reel, it's just a reel to like tow cars, which when I added this I thought it was cool, but it doesn't look as cool as the push when I add it with the push bar. I just thought it would be pretty cool, and that's why you see them. If you paid attention, you would see that some of my trucks actually had a 1x2 plate with a bar on it facing down so that it could be towed by this truck. This one also got a new sticker. It was from the 60320 set. I originally did have the same sticker on it, but I replaced the sticker because it was like peeling off on the sides and it looked a little dirty. It still does. This one also does because, well, I don't know. But yeah, so we got rear side mirrors on this one, just like the other one, the battalion chief. Got our driver in there, firefighter, whatever, light bar, ladder, radio, studs, fire extinguisher, traffic cones. And in the back, I changed it, so I added 1x2 bracket plates, 1x2 by 2x2. Downward bracket plates with flashing lights, brake lights, and 1x2 tiles. And then I raised the back bumper by 1 plate so that I could add these 1x2 grills so that it would be lined up with these. So yeah. I think it looks pretty cool now. For the final truck of Station 3, or Station 19, my bad, we have our medic, ambulance, whatever. This one still does not have a driver or a stretcher. Same thing as when I viewed it in my last update video, so you can go check that out. So yeah, we got the hazard stripes from the other ambulance, the Q siren. And then the back bumper with the hazard stripes and license plate from, of course, the same ambulance. So yeah, not much there. I did add 2 different stripes, so I got a white thin stripe, a red thin stripe, and another white thin stripe, and the same thing up top. So I think that looks pretty cool. And then, so yeah, it's just empty on the inside until I get the stuff. And then we got the doors there and there, which are 2 separate doors connected because I didn't have the ones in white It's because the ones that I have in white from the other ambulance I don't have in red, so I just have to deal with these. And yeah, that's about it. For the final station, we have Station 20, the airport. We'll start out with our engine 20. Excuse me. So in the front we have our bumper, the horns, lights on the side, Q siren, headlights, flashing lights, and turn signals. It has a white cab over the yellow and the blue, because I think that looks pretty cool. It also has two removable sections. We got 2 firefighters. This one also has the windscreen on top, like so. So yeah, we got the gauges, hookups, hose reel on this side, and the nozzle on the top. We got our 2 cabinets. Oops. There we go. So we got our fire extinguisher and our face mask, and then a hammer here. And then here we have our oxygen tank and an axe. And then in the back we have our brake lights and our hazard stripes. And yeah, that's about it. Looks good. Now we got our, now we got our ladder truck. So ladder 20. So this one, I put back the windscreen because in the last update video, I removed it because of the ladder. But when I raised it up by 1 plate, because I did that with all my trucks, so that this thing would be scraping along the bottom of this and like coming off the clip, I actually had enough room to put back the windscreen on top, so I did. And I think it looks better now with it. So yeah. So first we got the bumper, Q siren, horns, train horn in the bottom, and the flashing lights. And we have flashing lights, headlights, grill, 2 firefighters, light bar. Of course it does come off. Whoops. Oh my goodness. He's bald! He's bald! That one SpongeBob SquarePants movie thing. Bald! 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 So yeah. And then we got the gauges, hookups, hose reel, which actually goes on the clip. Just realized that. And then we got the cabinets. So we got 2 cabinets here. So we got a face mask and a fire extinguisher, an axe. And we got oxygen tank and a axe. And then same back as the ladder, as the other ladder trucks. So we got the tread plate sticker on it, and then we have the 2 1x2 brakes with 2 knobs, and the 6x6 plate, which I didn't have any in yellow, so I had to do a 2x6 and a 4x6, but that's fine. That's okay. I'm fine with that. This time it doesn't have the knob on it to roll up because I didn't have a 2x3 tile, so I couldn't do that. And then the ladder, of course, does raise up and extends up. And that has the same thing as, so it does go up pretty high, and that's the same thing as the other ladder truck. The thing that you can attach the hose to, or act as, like where the water shoots out. So yeah, there we go. And yeah. So now we have our rescue. So we have our rescue 20. So this one, so we got, of course, so there's no bumper on this one. So it's got the tow hook on it. It's got the headlights, flashing lights. This is supposed to be the grill, but of course I only had a 1x2 area, so I put a 1x2 grill but facing up, so you won't see it, but you can see the gray on it, so you'd think that's the grill. And then we have the light bar on top. This does, you can remove the roof, you gotta do that, and then that. So yeah, to get to the medic in there. So it is a little bit of a challenge, but you'll get in. And then we got our little control panel to open this up. And then, so yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to add in here. And yeah, I think I'm right. So yeah, we got our, whoop, let me get that back out. So we have our body board and 2 crates. So our body board just has to play with slide, a play with bar on it, and 2 plays with slide on here. Then a 2x2 plate to attach to our minifigure or patient, whatever. In this one we have, I think this is like an EKG thing, so you can check their heartbeat and stuff like that. And then we got a first aid kit. So yeah, and then we got our, we got an extra pair of breathing apparatus in here, just because I thought it would be nice to have it in here. Because I couldn't think of anything else, so I just put that in there, and then an oxygen tank. So you just set it all on here, like so. And it closes just like that. You have to have it in a specific way, so you have to have this like right here so that you can actually close. And then at the back, we have brake lights, and then this bar is supposed to represent our bumper. So, yeah. And then we got a ladder to get up to the top, which, I don't know why you get up to the top, but whatever. So it runs smooth, and yeah. For the final truck, we have our squad unit, which the only thing that I added was a push bar to the front, because I thought it would need it. It would need a push bar, and you know what? I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks great with it. So then we got, of course, the wheels, which are down here to make it like an off-road truck. And we got our driver in there. We got a life buoy right there. And then our fire extinguisher there. We got a cabinet with nothing. A license plate sticker, and then 2 brake lights, our light bar, and yeah, that's about it. But simple, but looks very good. So yeah. I might be thinking, so that's it, right? No, it's not. We've got 2 more. They're not fire trucks. They're actually police cars. Yes. If you remember from my update video that I made almost about a year ago, I made these 2 police cars. So let's just view them. So this one is the regular ones. So we got a push bar in the front with 4 blue flashing lights. Got our headlights, turn signals, and then there are flashing lights behind the grill. You just can't really see them. You can't see them at all. We got our hood piece. We got our windscreen piece right here. Our light bar, so it says police here with a shield, and then the police emblem, and then a 1 on top, and then we got all this stuff here for the roof. So we got brake lights here and here, and then turn signals down here, and then flashing lights up here. It says police, and then our license plate. We got a tow hitch in the back, and then our bumper, 2 separate bumpers. So yeah, and then there's room for a criminal in the back, which I do actually have one in both of these. So we got 1